Steelbutt here. In this video, we're going to make wheel cribs. You will need a saw. I've got a miter saw or a chop saw. You're going to need a tape measure and wood. You're going to need about 60 nails or screws. If you use screws, you're going to need to do a pilot hole to keep it from splitting. For your cuts, I highly suggest you do a search. Do like a DuckDuckGo search online for a cut list calculator. I used one. I have two 10-foot long 2x4s, and it tells me the optimum way to cut to maximize the usage of the wood. With two 10-foot long 2x4s, I was short one 12-inch board. I have plenty of scrap, so we got that covered. If you are using two 10-foot boards, just FYI, you do the 16-inch cuts on one, and then you do the other two 16-inch cuts plus the 12-inch cuts that you can do. You'll have one 12-inch board that is not from those, which you'll need to get from some scrap. Anyway, use the cut list calculator. So this is the one crib that I've already made. It's 12 inches wide by 16 inches long, and the wheel you see there is actually the front tire for my Chevelle, and it happens to be the same diameter as the stock ND Miata wheels. It's the exact same diameter, and as you can see, there's a little bit of daylight there. Of course, there's no weight on it. Now mine I made 12 inches because the back tires of the Chevelle are 12 inches wide. And so mine I've added a board right here so that I can put a jack here. Well, it'd probably go that way, but it's square, so, or I could put it here, or I could put it like so, whatever, it'll hold a jack, being the point. So if I need a little extra height, I got that. In case you're wondering about the height, it's just over 10.5 to where the jack is setting, and 12 for the top boards there. I did use screws. Those are nails. I used nails. On your nails and screws, be sure you're using outdoor nails or screws. These happen to be, they have this twist in them, which gives them a little more pull out grip, but you know, all the weight on these is down or possibly out to the sides, which nails are fine for that. One thing on your cuts, remember your blade takes some of the wood, so don't just go and mark every 16 inches. That ain't gonna work. Well, you could actually, and it would work. It just won't be 16 inches. Just the first one will be. I have marked on this. It's dead, don't worry about it. It does look kind of mean, doesn't it? Got these all over. Look, another little one dead. Put a little mark. That's 12 inches. I'm going to set the blade on the outside of that mark. If you don't have like a chop saw that will cut it at 90, use a square to mark across and then cut it this way so you can see it. The laser is burnt out on this and cannot be replaced. Thanks, Hitachi. Here we go. That's the extra 12-inch board. Now we'll start cutting the 16s, in my case 16-inch boards from the one of the 10-footers. Let me quickly mention, because I see this board has a lot of knots. Knots are bad. Actually, the knots are really bad. You'll probably see when we go to actually nail it together, in my case nailing. Yeah, knots, like every fourth one was hitting a knot and bending my nail. So avoid the boards with knots if you can. And I'm going to mark. I'm going to cut, mark, cut, mark, cut. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to use a board as a guide for the next one. That's not how I would do it. You can do it that way if you wish, but I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm going to make the cuts off camera because, yeah, I'm sure it'd be really exciting to watch. Now the fun part begins. I have my 9 16-inch boards and 8 12-inch boards. What I have done is I have started nails in each corner of the first 12-inch boards. You'll notice I have them going the same direction. I am avoiding the ends of the boards, the sides or ends of the boards fairly, as much as I can reasonably avoid them, to avoid splitting the wood. If you are using screws, like I said, you're going to have to put a pilot hole in and then screw it in, just like I would hammer the nails in. It'll work the same way, just a little extra work. What you have to do, this is the critical part. That could be good. Well, it could be way off. Yeah, see, hopefully you can see that that's way off. Now, does it have to be perfectly square? Well, if you're a perfectionist, yes. If you're not a perfectionist, it does not have to be perfectly square. Guess which I am. See, I knocked this too far. I've got it square, except this board's got to go a little farther. But to keep it, make sure I keep it perfectly square, I'm going to go ahead and start this. Overkill. With those two in, this side should not have moved. And I actually hit all the nails. Amazing. First time ever. Okay, got the first set, 12 inches put in. Now we're going to put 16-inch ones. And because the bottom is square, all we got to do is make sure the corners are pretty close. Now here's the trick. Remember how I had these going the same way? This one, we're going to go the opposite direction. See, I told you, I missed. Started it, and these are going the other direction. So all of them on this are going to go this other direction. That way your nails or screws aren't going to hit each other. right, next. This is what you call trying to break your fingers. You want to be ambidextrous. Just use your left hand more. I can miss the nail with both hands. I'm that good. Yeah, I butchered that. So anyway, we're just going to keep bringing them up, doing the opposite cuts. 12-inch ones are going to go this direction, 16s going that direction until we get up to the top. I won't bore you anymore with this stuff. Let me mention two things. One, when you get that second nail or screw started in a corner, this corner is pretty much, ow, sliver. That corner is pretty much set. It's not going to move a lot. So try to make sure you got that corner correct for the other end as well. Number two, ironically, is my standard disclaimer. You're going to be using saws, hammers, nails, screws. This video is for entertainment purposes only. If you cut your finger off, you get a sliver, or hammer your finger with a nail, or a spider bites you, yeah, that's not on me. This is what happens when you hit a knot. The nail just stops. This one was far enough down where it's not a big deal, but the nail will want to bend. Now I was able to knock that one down fine. We're on the last two. Got to watch that knot. Okay, I'm going to want it that way so I can put the nails in the right direction. Alright, last two boards are going in. Oh, and in case it's not obvious, I got that third board. I put it up against this one. It doesn't have to be pressed against, it's just setting next to it. Now you saw me doing, ow, sliver. You saw me doing this earlier. Beware, you can break your arm. If you hit that with the hammer, you could break your arm. See how close it's getting? Don't do that. And go ahead and put the nails in on that. Give it so it has two sets of nails going through it. So there they are. Two of them done. This one weighs at least probably 10 pounds, maybe more than that one, because that's fresh wood. It's still damp, still wet. That one's dry wood. You'll notice I got the nails lined up so that they match. I got the two boards both on the inside. Yeah, you could turn them around, they'll both be on the outside. So, however you want to do it. So there they are, two wheel cribs. These are 12 by 16, 12 inches high. They'll hold the jack stand or your tire and allow you to crawl under. Be safe on yours. So I hope that was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment. Really appreciate it. And maybe YouTube will direct me some traffic. And good luck with yours.